All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to paint their door a vibrant shade of blue. Others have the need to decorate their bathroom with fish, anchors, and other nautical items. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
Welcome to the law firm of Davis and Davis. We're not a real law firm.
Go ahead, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit back and listen. It is Scott
and Burke
here with the Davis and Davis show. It is I have no clue what day it is.
It's a Tuesday. It's March, isn't it? January 1st? Yeah. Hey, we're in March.
It is March.
Thank God.
I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Burke made me start the show late today, so I'm ready for bed already.
And it's an hour earlier where you live, you old fart.
Which reminds me, I know I already told Burke about this, but I figured you guys need to know. My buddy Jackass is coming on the show this afternoon, and we're going to wish him a happy birthday. Jackass is officially 40 years old, which scares the hell out of me because that's 15 years younger than me, almost. When I say that we're a podcast of middle-aged men, I really mean it. So everyone's going to get to hear some stories from the Jackass. Jackass is a video guy. He does video work for a living. I do lighting for a living, and there's one other person coming on, Richard Hoare, and he is working for. I will find out when he gets here. I do believe he's working for the city of New York.
Doing what?
Emergency preparedness for IT. So. He is the guy that when there is something that happens in the world and it's disastrous, they who you gonna call?
Gotcha.
The horror.
Do you have the share screen for me on?
Hell no. I
never thinks of me ever.
I digress. Go ahead. You can share.
Because we usually start off with yes.
Yeah. Towpath vodka?
Yeah, that was, and I know we said we would not get especially political on the show, but I was looking for Ukrainian vodka, and there was none to be had, and I was like, wait, Akron, Ohio vodka? Did they make it with canal water? What? Yeah, so yeah. Okay, I'll try it. Whatever. It's really good. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's you could drink it just on ice. It's good martini. I'm drinking a martini on the rocks as we speak. I'm kind of digging it.
Well, hey, I am drinking beer tonight because I have to keep my wits about me for tomorrow.
Your wits?
My wits.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Well, I would love to talk about that on the air, but I can't.
Okay, so, fair enough.
With that, I am also drinking Bailey's and coffee because I cannot, for the life of me, I did a show on Saturday, and it beat the crap out of me. I've been sleeping since like Saturday.
Oh, that's right. Your your big rap show, wasn't it?
Oh yes. Oh yes. If I could find my phone right now, I would list off who played. But
Yeah,
I seem to have lost that.
Oh darn.
Well, no, that's bad because I've got to invite the guys and all their email addresses are on my phone.
You need me to call your phone so you can find it?
No, I can Hey Siri it. Hey Siri, where's my phone? Oh, Hey Siri's not going to work if your iPad's turned off. I'm telling you that concert, it kicked my ass. And usually rap shows don't do. Most of the rap shows that I go into, oh my butt.
Found your phone, did you?
Okay, put my glasses on so that that was well worth it, actually.
Do it again.
So we had 5 artists. First artist was Twista. Second artist was Trick Daddy. Third artist was Too Short. Fourth artist was Mystical. And the fifth artist was Juvenile.
Those are their names or their adjectives?
I don't ask. I don't know. All I know is that like the last 3 artists, all they did was talk about shoving their dicks up women's asses and backing it on up, man. I don't. If I never hear that term again, I will be happy.
And you refer to them as artists.
And up your and you thought it was a mistake.
Lovely.
And what drives me nuts is shows like that. Now I'm gonna have to like bleep out all their names because I'm about to say something
really nasty.
It drives me nuts, those shows, because the women allow them. I mean, they just get up there and start twerking. They just look. I'm even talking with bad English right now. Oh.
Well, Scott, let me X you a question. Sorry. Sorry. Try not to get the beer to come out your nose there. My bad. Oh shit.
Yes. Go on.
No, that was just happened with you. That's all. And have you noticed? Because I'm blowing out my microphone there. Have you noticed that as the evening goes on, my swearing becomes a lot more prominent?
I've never noticed that.
Hey, you're not listening to our own shows, are you?
I edit all of our shows and have to start hitting the squibbity button every time about 2 hours into our recording.
Oh, you missed a lot of squibbities on a couple of them, then.
Squibbity. Well, I finally gotten to the point of where I only squibbity the things that are essential and important to squibbity because I don't need Burke's or my lifestyle to end. I'm to the point of I just hit the explicit button when I upload and let people deal with it. Just know we're going to swear. Just know we're going to be crass at times.
Listen at your own risk.
Exactly. Yeah, usually by, I would say about 9:30, you start to hear.
All bets are off.
Yeah. Yeah, you let's see here. I need to turn my computer audio back on.
I didn't notice my microphone. I got a new toy. I forgot to talk about that. I have a new microphone. So if it sounds weird or whatever, I apologize. We're still playing around with it. It is not isolated. If you hear thumping and twanging, that is my mechanical arm that's holding it. And I apologize now. And I did notice I was talking rather loudly a second ago, and it was like self-muting itself. It's got LEDs that tell me if it is using the front of the mic, if it's using the front and back, or it turns red when it's muted. I have a button that I can do that with. But if I talk way too loud, it goes red, and I'm assuming it's muting itself. So bless its heart.
Well, there we go. Let's see. For some reason, my it's not working again. Why is you made me share the fucking screen? Here we go. Let's try this.
Because I'm a douche.
Yeah.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
Okay. So what I was saying before was usually about 9:30 we start to
Attention, all personnel. Incoming choppers with wounded. Report to the hospital.
because Burke and I are usually wounded by 9:30.
Delicate way of putting it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, shall we embark on our first bit of content?
Okay. First off, I hear you got a gift today.
No.
What?
I thought I did. Google lied to me. Google said that it was, well, Google showed a map, and a little ping on the map was like 6 blocks from my house. But further investigation showed that it is showed up in Canton and will be delivered in another few days.
That sucks. That totally sucks. I bought
trust me,
a gift.
I would have been using that bitch tonight because I got the vodka and I was all ready for a real freaking martini, but no.
It was almost martini time.
Well, I'm just martini on the rocks for me is acceptable.
So what did you do over the weekend? Besides futz with the website.
I didn't do much there. Added a little bit of stuff on that. Not much. Did not do a whole. And I'm kind of a homebody. I don't go out a ton, so did not do much. Nothing fun.
Ooh,
Daughter
baby.
got a new. She's not had a bed frame for her bed. She's just had a box spring and a mattress laying on the floor. 6 months ago we ordered a bed frame for her, and it finally showed up. So there was the fun of trying to get the box spring down the stairs. And I swear to God, in my neighborhood, I can put anything out on the curb, and 2-3 hours later, it's gone. Broken shelves, busted chair, doesn't matter. It's gone. Box spring's still sitting there after 2 days, 3 days. I'm so ticked off, so disappointed.
I don't know about you, but I would, if I saw it and didn't know that it was a box spring, I would think that it was a mattress, and I'm not going to go in dumpster dive for a mattress.
It's laying right there. It's perfectly clean. Yeah. Well, that may be true. I don't know.
Best and easiest way to get bed bugs. What is that? I have shit. Oh, dude, I did not send you a picture of this. I thought for sure that the COVID fingers was finally healing, and on the one finger that I use constantly, can you see thy red dot?
Yeah.
The skin broke open all the way down to the lowest.
No, I can't remember all the skin levels, but yeah, the bad stingy one.
Yep. Yeah, I've been
Lovely.
putting lidocaine on it for the past day.
You gotta watch that shit though, because that will also start to piss off and keep stuff pissed off.
I don't know what else to do, man. I can't keep trying to live.
Just like literally just some Vaseline, wrap it in a Band-Aid and let it heal is probably your best bet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Only tried that 2 weeks ago and it didn't do shit.
Might have made it better. You don't know. Could have been worse.
So so we already went over what you did over the weekend, which is buy
Jack
your
and shit. Yeah.
yeah.
The mattress stuff and
Buy your daughter a mattress. Which
no,
is
it was the box. Or not the. Oh God! Why am I doing a podcast when I can't speak English? Oh, it was the frame, and it's a really cool frame too because it's kind of a modern look. It's got it doesn't use a box spring or anything like that. The whole frame is the box spring, so it has drawers underneath it, and it's got this huge. The headboard is like 3.5 foot tall and angled, so you could actually and padded, so you could like put a pillow behind you and lean against it and like sit in bed and work on a laptop. It's a really nice setup.
Hey, I call my babies hey. Sorry.
No idea where that was a reference to, but sure.
Okay. One of my friends died last year. His name was Russ Martin. He ran the Russ Martin show on KEGL here in Dallas. And he did this one skit that I used to play for my friend Tim, the race car driver that I'm friends with.
Okay.
And so every time Timmy and I would see each other, for some reason, that's the first thing that would come out of our mouths. I need to comb my baby's hair. I can't stand in no line. I need to go home. Comb my baby's hair. So I'm going to have to get that drop.
I believe the cat wants me to play with him. Do you want me to to throw this or not?
The cat always wants you to play with him.
No, the cat does not always want me to play. Like I said before, this ain't a Tracy Tubman cat, but he's pretty close some days. He's again. Come here. Get it. All right.
Now the guys that are coming on this afternoon that I was talking about, no, one of them I did a podcast with. We were going to start a podcast and he ended up just never recording it again. He became too busy. But we all had a YouTube channel show called the Show Tech Show, where we talked about everything tech, like from drones to stage lighting to audio visual, anything that was
vaguely related to your field, and
the
electrons rolling through it,
so
you never talked about Triumphs then, because electricity never goes through those fucking things.
Yeah, these guys just weren't car guys. And the other thing is that these guys weren't electricians, so none of that would ever excite them.
No.
The excitement of driving down the road at 65 miles an hour and then all of a sudden your car just stopping.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's exciting.
How did that happen?
Gee, I wonder what it is this time. And the dreaded bang, tinkle, tinkle, fuck. That every British car owner knows and loves.
It's the Triumph Spitfire that I had. I used to get the plug wires from Medina Auto Parts in Medina, and I asked them, where are these manufactured? They said they're manufactured in Great Britain. The American leads won't fit on this, and I said, okay, that's fine. every freaking time I would order a set of these cables, every time I would use these cables for about 6 months, they at the spark plug would start to separate and water would get in there if it was raining or something like that. And you'd spend hours just trying to figure out why your car wouldn't start or why it was missing. And I'll tell you what, a Triumph Spitfire that's missing
is undrivable pretty much.
It's pretty much, you're not going to get above 15 miles an hour.
No, it's ugly.
And man, when a Triumph Spitfire backfires through the carburetor.
Well, mine did not have a catalytic converter. It just had the empty space that the cat used to be in. So when it backfired, it was a cannon shot going off. It was great.
Bam!
Like you announce your arrival. Like if you wanted to like scare the hell out of it, you just, you ran it super hard right before you got there. You turned it off real quick. Boom. Yeah, it was great.
I mean, these guys will never know the glory and the honor that a person has in owning a British car. Did you hear about Jaguar?
No. What about Jaguar?
They're literally trying to build an electric car, and the prototype that they came up with. Get ready for this. I need to make sure that you are ready for this. Are you ready?
Let me guess who did the electronics.
Go ahead, take a guess.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Tell me it isn't Lucas.
It was not Lucas.
Oh, well, at least the car might run for 100 miles before it dies then.
No, the range that it has at this point in time is 35 miles.
That's good. It's about the average length of the Jaguar runs before it breaks down in the first place.
A $150,000 car is what they are considering the price to be for this, and you get 35 miles to the gallon, or I mean to the
battery, to the charge.
Oh my gosh! I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" That is definitely. I tell you what, owning a Jag was one of my favorite times of my life, because I really considered that to be a status symbol. Right up until I had to replace the airbags in the rear suspension.
Yeah.
Then I went, well, who the hell came up with this? Did you know that
Kitty, that's the microphone.
Did you happen to know that the airbags for a Jaguar are $7,000 a piece?
Yeah, because you told us one time on one of the podcasts.
I don't get it. Anyways, we were tasked this past week.
Don't touch the arm. It's gonna make ugly noise, Kitty. Don't do that, please. I don't have an isolator yet. There you go.
We were tasked to watch 2 movies.
And I officially watched both of them all the way through.
One of those movies is my ultimate top-notch favorite movie of all times.
I would almost say that it would be more of a guilty pleasure movie.
Well, we're not going to talk about that one first.
No, but I'm just saying, if I were to love that movie as much as you do, I would categorize it as my guilty pleasure movie, because
would it really be a guilty pleasure movie though?
Yeah.
I mean,
it
is still my favorite movie.
Is the writing great?
Hell no.
Is the cinematography great?
Hell no.
The special effects, however, I was kind of impressed with.
Dude, you gave the Gumball Rally a 0 bourbon, which means that it's the best movie in the world.
No, it's just a movie that I completely enjoy and don't need any bourbon to enjoy it.
That's
not the best movie in the world by any stretch. I mean, the music in that sucks.
That's not how our scale was made.
Oh. Well, no, okay. I misunderstand so many things on this podcast, like what the assignment is and how we score stuff. And I think we're going to change our scoring system anyway. So does it matter? I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Yes, it's still based on It's still based
Okay.
on bourbon.
Okay. But well, here's the but.
We have 6 ratings. There's the bottom shelf. So there's 5 shelves. Bottom shelf is bottom shelf. Top shelf is number 5. And then there is the behind the counter in a locked case.
So that would be the penultimate movie of our whole thing.
That is the pinnacle. That is the pinnacle movie in your mindset. Would the movie that I'm talking about being my favorite be in the locked box? I don't know. I might have to think about that as we talk about the others.
All right. So anyway, we should get on to our first movie, which I think you suggested. I think you suggested.
I suggested both movies.
Yes. Okay. And the first one is I probably saw this movie in the theaters originally. The first movie that we are going to talk about, deep dive, discuss, blah, 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 is Murder by Death.
Yes.
You have any initial thoughts on that, or what was the first time you watched it? Do you remember?
Before we get into that, let's say it was released June 23rd, 1976. Has a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes.
Yep.
Is considered comedy, crime, mystery, and thriller.
Parody.
And thriller.
Thriller.
It grossed in America 38 million. Well,
I've got like a 32.5 number, but it's hard to say when.
Yes, it was 32.5 domestic. International was $38,200, which in 1976 is not bad.
No.
The writer is my favorite writer in theater, Neil Simon.
Yep.
Directed by Robert Moore.
You want to talk about some of the other films that were out that year?
Sure, go for it.
Number one film that year was Rocky at $117 million. I had never heard of the number 2 film, To Fly. It pulled in 86.6. A Star is Born was out that year, 63 mil. King Kong at 52 mil. Silver Streak, which I completely screwed up, who is the lead actor in that movie, 51 million. I do love that. All the President's Men, 51 million. The Omen was out that year. Midway, Bad News Bears, Silent Movie, another Mel Brooks movie. The Silent Movie beat ours, which is kind of shocking because Silent Movie is a little on the slow side. Pink Panther Strikes Again. And at number 13 was Murder by Death. Marathon Man was out that year. Carrie, Logan's Run, Network, Mother Jugs and Speed. So some decent films out that year. Peter Falk, Sir Alec Guinness, Peter Sellers, Eileen Brennan, your girl, Eileen.
I think that's why I picked her.
Truman Capote in one of his few actual movie appearances. James Coco, who was more a Broadway actor, but had bit parts here and there. Elsa Lancaster, David Niven, no S. Now Dame Maggie Smith. I love her to death. Holy cow. Well, you and I know why, because she's one of our favorite actresses in our favorite film franchise of all times. Nancy Walker, in her last film ever, Estelle Winwood. James Cromwell, tall dude who's done some Star Treks and some other stuff. Richard Narita, Myron the dog, and she is credited with the Screaming Doorbell. Do you know who is credited with the Screaming Doorbell?
Fay Wray.
Yes. So I enjoyed immensely. All right.
All right, 1983.
Any lines you'd like to? Favorite lines from the movie you'd like to?
There we go. Now I'm up to date here. No, I don't have any lines. I do have a bunch of items that are of importance, though.
There's a couple lines in here I do kind of like. Sam Diamond said that last time I trusted a dame was in Paris in 1940. She said she was going out to get a bottle of wine. 2 hours later, the Germans marched into France. Like, is that related? I just. And then Shanna's like, men who argue with cow on wall, like train with no wheels, very soon get nowhere. And then, oh yeah, David Niven's character is talking to Maggie, and he says, "Oh no," Maggie says, "I don't understand. Why would anyone want to steal a dead, naked body?" And the guy whispers in her ear, and she goes, "Oh, that's tacky."
It was probably the most politically incorrect movie of its time.
Well, back then it was okay and everything was funny, and today it's pretty racist, and there's a lot of cringe in that movie today that kind of dampened it for watching it. I was kind of like watching it going, oh, that didn't age well at all. So
there's pros and cons to this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, God's honestly, would you ever be able to see a Richard Pryor movie again now?
There's a few that were okay. I mean, The Toy was not one of them, but it never was.
I mean, almost 3/4 of the movies that the guy made were pretty much racist.
I like the one where he was the bus driver, because I've used the line, I don't know nothing. I just drive the bus. You ever have one of those days where I don't know nothing? I just drive the bus.
So I guess we should really get into the premise of this movie with the listeners. This movie, I'm trying to remember what it was based on.
Like all the detectives are parodies of works of 3 different authors. Let's see, Dashiell Hammett, who had Nick Charles and Sam Spade, were the basis for Dick Charleston and Sam Diamond in the movie, respectively. Dame Agatha Christie, who had Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple.
Poirot,
yeah. Okay, French and drinking, not a great mixer. Poirot and Miss Marple, inspired the Milo Perrier and Miss Marbles.
By the way, Poirot would have yelled at you and said, "I'm not French. I'm Belgian.
I'm a Belgie." Earl Biggers did the Charlie Chan, which was the basis for the Inspector Sidney Wang and Son in the movie. So you've got three authors who did detective novels, and they parodied 5 people.
5
or more,
yeah. The movie starts out with the people being invited to a house, a haunted house, whatever you're gonna call it. I don't know.
The scene of a murder, as I soon find out.
Well, was it a scene of the murder?
Yeah.
In the end, nobody actually dies
That you know of. Although that is a great line. The Chan's son's like, oh, I don't get it, Dad. Was anybody murdered? Yes. Weekend killed.
So what kind of really got me laughing about this is that the people like Sam Diamond,
Right.
Peter Falk.
Right.
He used the exact same character of Columbo.
No, he was trying to do Bogey because
Yeah.
Columbo was a lot slower and a lot.
He-
Yeah, let me ask you a question. This guy was a lot more action oriented, and he was trying to do a Bogey, and he did a pretty decent job of it. But
Alec Guinness.
oh, God, so funny as Benson Mum.
He was absolutely brilliant, and people definitely go see this movie because you get to see Alec Guinness play like seven different roles.
Yeah, which he's done before. He's done that before, and forgive me, I don't think I have it written down anywhere, but he's done that bit where he's actually played like 7 different characters all at once.
He was phenomenal in this. Anyways, these detectives are invited to the house to spend the night, and when they get there, they find out somebody's going to be murdered, and they get locked into the house, and it's brilliant. But I don't know who. Okay, the production design. Who was the production designer on this? The production designer was Stephen B. Grimes, and I am going to say this as much as I possibly can. The set work the set that they built there was incredible.
No, it was beautiful. Even the road going into that was all dirt was hauled into a studio and plants were brought in. Yeah, the whole night, nothing was outside whatsoever.
After they are informed that they are going to basically witness a murder and they have to figure out who murdered who, does that remind you of something else, people? Like Clue?
Which was directly I mean, if it wasn't for the board game, that was a big inspiration. Even Knives Out was a big inspiration. But this movie was a big inspiration for Knives Out and Clue. And
for Clue, it was such a big part of the movie that they wrote that they actually asked Eileen Brennan to star in that one as well. Maggie Smith.
Oh God, I love Maggie.
Just the whole innocence that she has in the movie,
the class, the demureness, and she's young and she's hot, and I've forgotten how good looking she was back in the day.
Oh man, I it was her the line that you were talking about earlier.
Ew, that's tacky.
You could just see her saying that. I was like, damn. So what was your favorite part of the movie? I had to put my glasses.
It's kind of funny because I used to quote what I thought was a line from the movie, and Craig and I always thought it was Moosehead on wall talk.
That's it.
But that was not I'm watching the movie. I'm like, oh crap! I've been misquoting this movie all these goddamn years. That's sad. But I do love when Chan's talking about the cow on the wall. Use your goddamn articles or use your goddamn pronouns. I love that stuff.
Have you heard of pronouns? Pronouns. What?
Perrier says, "What do you make of this, Wang?" And he goes, "Is confusing." And then Twain from the Moose goes, It is confusing.
It is
Say your
confusing.
goddamn pronouns."
So we talked about Fay Ray's scream.
Yeah, she's the doorbell.
Do you know what where they got the scream from?
I would assume it was from King Kong. That would be my guess.
The screaming woman sound used as a doorbell is Fay Wray's scream from the 1938 movie King Kong. Immediately after completing this movie, Peter Sellers was so convinced it was going to bomb, he convinced the producers to buy back his percentage of the movie.
I know, right? Now, once again, we have chosen poorly in the fact that there is little to no trivia or insider information about this movie other than IMDb. So we will have almost all the same stuff.
Actually, I found a different.
Oh, I did find a Neil Simon interview that I watched, which was pretty interesting.
Several additional scenes were included in the film's network TV airing.
Oh, did they the Sherlock Holmes driving away at the beginning of the movie? Was that in the, yeah. Where he actually wins the prize or something like that?
You cannot find these videos anywhere but YouTube. Here they are. Dick and Dora Charleston encounter Tess Skiffington traveling on foot en route to Lionel Twain's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. When Sam sends her back to twice to the gas station.
Miss Marbles, who is supposed to be Miss Maples, we all know that, converses with the taxi driver. Do you know this one?
Vaguely.
Miss Marbles or Miss Marbles converses with the taxi driver on arriving at the Twains. The taxi driver was played by Peter Sellers using William Mates' voice. Willie Wang gloats about having discovered his own clue, which turns out to be useless.
Yeah, that's a funny line too.
And then finally, the Sherlock Holmes incident. Mm-hmm. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson arrive late after the whole thing is over. So yes.
I love the outro, the denouement, where Sam is going to Eileen Brennan's character, and you know how to whistle, don't you, babe? And she muffs the line. He's like, "That, forget it. You ruined it.
See here, follow the leader. A 1980 made-for-TV movie titled "Murder Can Hurt You" took this film's concept and aimed it at 70s police shows starring No Jack, Max Sky, Lieutenant Palumbo, Sergeant Salty Sanders, and Studsky and Hatch.
Oh, Jesus.
You see, I found a whole bunch of trivia on a different website because I knew that you would go to IMDb.
Okay, I do have a trivia question for you.
Okay, I have an answer.
Which of the players in this movie was featured on the album artwork of a Marillion album? Oh, I got your attention there, didn't I? Oh. I have just combined two of Scott's favorite things in the whole world: this movie and the band Marillion. I knew you would love this.
I don't. I have nothing in my list.
Oh, yes. This is gonna be like double points for me. Okay,
I have nothing in my list.
It was
about
Truman
this.
Capote. He was one of several famous and tragic figures from history to be featured on the sleeve artwork "Clutching at Straws," released in 1987. And now we're going to stop the show, and he's going to go get his albums out.
I I have the album.
I know you have the album. I have no doubt in my mind.
I am absolutely wow. I don't. I say one of my friends is the lighting designer for Marillion right now. Jens Nyholm.
That's a cool name.
He cracks me up. He's very deadpan, but cracks me up. I might have to send him something about that. You totally. I can't believe I totally freaking screwed that pooch.
And I have no clue where I found that one, but man, am I glad I did.
Yeah, because it's not on any of my. How could that be?
I think you didn't look at every single person's thing through IMDb, because it was probably a trivia if you looked under Truman Capote. And I didn't go into everybody. I just happened to click on him because I'm like, I don't know much about him. I'm like, oh, okay, let's, no. Oh, fuck, Marillion? Oh, yeah, we're in. Okay.
British actor Peter Sellers as Chinese detective, likely a parody on Charlie Chan, had never been played by a Chinese actor.
I knew that, yes.
It is later revealed what?
That he isn't Chinese. I know, I can't remember what he is. It was not Jewish. It was, but something along those lines. What was he?
He was actually Lionel Twain's illegitimate son, adopted and raised by Twain.
Oh, God, that's right.
Yeah, buddy. I got another point there. Playing against types. Okay, this is an Alec Guinness thing. Alec Guinness as a strange butler may surprise people, as well as Peter Falk playing Humphrey Bogart styled hard-boiled detective in his usual thing of Columbo. But the role that Alec Guinness plays in this movie is a 180 from every character that he played prior to it. Alec Guinness did not do comedies.
No. I mean, I one of my favorite movies that he is in is Dr. Zhivago, and he's very straight laced in that one.
This I need to find this. This movie was written by Neil Simon, and it is it's a spin-off from a theater show that he did that right now I can't. I have so much written down here because I wanted to have extra trivia because of you. But
do you know what? Okay, go ahead.
I do have a piece of trivia here. What did Alec Guinness receive?
The script to Star Wars, and read it during the breaks.
Yep. Got it in his dressing room.
And I guess Neil asked him, what are you reading there? He's like, oh, it's something about the future. It's kind of interesting.
And memorable scenes that ended up on the cutting room floor. Can you name any?
Nah, I glossed by those since I've never seen them, but I know the Sherlock Holmes was one. There was, that's about the only one I can remember at the top of my head.
Okay, let's. There it was right there. Neil Simon remained on the set and asked Alec Guinness about what he was reading. And Guinness assured him it was a great fun for him.
And so Alec Guinness played with Peter Sellers in another movie, in a 1955 film called The Lady Killers.
Yes. You gonna talk about that? Or just mention?
That's it. Just, Do you know who was originally considered for the role of Inspector Wang? You gotta scroll down through your list, I'm sure.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I don't usually, if I don't know it off the top of my head, I'm not going to go searching for the answer.
Fair enough. Okay.
And no, I don't know.
It was Orson Welles was originally considered for that part.
Damn, that's right. I do remember that. Okay, Nancy Walker. What was Nancy Walker famous for?
Laughing, I would assume, would be her, because that's the thing I remember her most from. She was the lady with the purse that would hit people over the head with her purse.
She was the bounty lady.
Bounty lady?
The Quicker Picker Upper commercials.
Oh, gotcha.
It's the Quicker Picker Upper. I'm so glad I got one, but well,
yeah. But mine was a doozy.
Eileen Brennan. Eileen Brennan starred in another old dark house mystery. What was it?
Clue.
And who did she play?
Miss Peacock.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:47. We must actually take a break.
Because our glass is very, very empty right now.
Well, it's very, very empty. And plus, we have special guests coming on in 10 minutes. Well, 13 minutes.
13-ish minutes.
So I am going to Sean Connery my way out of here.
That's a fairly decent Sean Connery you have there, sir.
I go. I'm going to Sean Connery my way out of here. Go fill up my brouhaha and
empty something else while you're at it, probably.
Sure,
why not?
So y'all know, we'll sit down with the group that's coming up. We will come back after they go, finish up Murder by Death, which there's not a lot to do. We'll do an X out, and then we'll go into
another movie. Scott's guilty pleasure.
Oh, yeah. All right, people. We will be right back.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Everyone's talking about AI these days, right? This season on Compiler, we're diving deep into how AI is reshaping the world we live in. Join us for a new season of Compiler, an original podcast from Red Hat. Subscribe now, wherever you get your podcasts.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to paint their door a vibrant shade of blue. Others have the need to decorate their bathroom with fish, anchors, and other nautical items. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
Oh, my head hurts.
What'd you do today?
I was busting ass all day, and then I came home and had to cook because nobody here can cook. Then I had you texting me
every 5 seconds, going, "What the fuck's going on? What are we doing?"
I'm waiting for my brother to call because he's figured out that I'm the only one that answers their phone. So, you know. I gotta just quit answering my phone. I don't know. I don't even know what I did with it. I texted you and I think I threw my phone.
Do you need it?
I was like, fuck it. Oh, it's gonna rain. Ooh, and Schwann's is coming tomorrow.
Schwann's?
Schwann's.
Like the meat people, or
like the delivery people. They're
okay.
They're actually more famous for their ice cream.
Oh, okay.
They have great ice cream, and I don't have to go to Walmart
and deal with the people at Walmart.
Sit in line for 45 minutes to get it. They bring it right to my house. Isn't that fabulous? Now
It is kinda nice.
we were talking about murder by death before we got interrupted by a bunch of bozos.
It turned into a drunken debauchery. you were almost Rosacked that night. You were that close to just virtually coming through the screen and go, I love you, man. I love you guys.
I got a critique the next morning that sounded something like this. What the hell was your problem last night? You sounded like you were drunk. I said, no, you didn't let anyone else talk the whole night.
They did tons of talk. I felt like the third wheel. I'm just like trying to find that little bit of like comedy I could interject ever so subtly in there. Like, okay, zing. Okay, I'm out. You guys bullshit. Zing. Okay, cool. Nah, it was good. It was funny. It was good shit.
Well, what we should have done was the story about my bachelor party. Those guys would have like totally flipped out about that.
I don't even remember your bachelor party that much.
Well,
I might have been drunker than you. Yeah.
I don't know if you were. I don't know. You and my dad went off and started looking at posters and shit, and then Rosack started his "I love you, man," and
that was the whole night. I love you, man.
I was like, I'm going to the back room to throw darts because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to throw darts. Anyways,
not much left on our movie bit with.
Well, I did have a question. I had a couple of things that I thought of, which was your favorite character in the movie?
Oh,
we didn't even discuss who.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't go into a character breakdown.
That's a tough one. I loved David and Maggie quite a bit in that movie. I would David or Maggie, either one.
Ooh, I was actually Alec Guinness, mainly because the character that he played was so multifaceted. And I mean, what I mean by that is he
played like what, 10 different parts? I mean, well,
he played
he played a blind man really well. Holy cow.
He played 6 characters in the last half hour of the show, which I found to be very, very interesting, and probably extremely tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I'm trying to bring up my notes. We're pausing for a second, people.
Oh, geez.
Where are my notes from this?
I have mine up. I did my homework on that one.
Well, I remember I just got done cleaning the kitchen, and I'm like, okay,
I'm messing with you, man.
Who's there's Lone Wolf McQuade trivia.
Jesus.
Let's see here. Is this Roop? That's Lone Wolf McQuade. Let me see if this
was an extremely short. They principal photography began on Tuesday, October 14th, after 1 week of rehearsals, and finished on December 19th. It's a very quick schedule.
Yeah, because of the cost of the actors, they were really trying to keep the cost of the film down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, you have Alec Guinness, Peter Falk, Peter Sellers, 3 of the top paying people in the 70s are in this flick.
Yep.
And Eileen Brennan wasn't doing bad in her career, but
no, I mean, that was a little early for her. I mean, she was in FM and a couple things, but she wasn't as established.
Now we are we here at the Davis and Davis, the show that's not real lawyers.
And we really don't care.
We don't care. We're changing our grading scale on our movies.
Oh, okay.
I have to explain this
Again.
because
we're trying to explain to the guys last night or the other night, and they were like, yeah.
I don't get it, man.
It's like golf. Never mind.
Yeah, how many bourbons would you have to drink to watch a flick? To me, doesn't work, because you're going to have 900 films that you sit back and go, I don't need to drink any bourbon to watch that.
Yeah.
And yet they're not top shelf movies.
Yeah. Okay.
I.e. Gumball Rally, i.e. Lone Wolf McQuade. These, so I decided that the new scale is very easy. There's 5 shelves, and then the cabinet behind the liquor salesman that's always locked.
Oh gosh, that's right. Yes, the special box.
You got your bottom shelf. You got the first from the bottom shelf.
Well, you got what? Number 1's the bottom, number 2's next, 3, 4, 5, and then there's the glass box that has the big padlock that you have to get the key from the manager to open up.
Which is the best.
Yes.
Number 5 is top shelf. Number 6 is the best.
It's going to be called the box.
It's the box.
It's the box.
What the heck was that?
On your end or nothing here?
I just heard something go. Doot, 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 doot.
It was your phone that you threw away?
No, that wouldn't have come through my ears.
Oh, some on your computer then.
It was either something on my computer. Yeah, because you're not sharing. It had to have been my computer.
No. Oh, it's just my mic.
What the hell would have made that noise?
Microsoft's about to quit, and I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. This is my little bing to let you know.
Microsoft backup has started.
Did I fucking ask you to start? No. Do I want you to start? No. It's okay. I'm going to do it anyway.
There's warning. You have 2 Bluetooth connected items.
Yeah, no shit.
Your bandwidth is running low. I said, okay. Let's see. I've got my mouse and I've got my ears, which I need both. Okay. Anyways, so the scale is changing.
Bottom shelf 1, all the way up to 5, top shelf, and the box.
And then 6 is the box.
All right.
So, all in all, what would you say about this flick? Where would you put this flick?
This was a tough one, having not watched it in 20 or 30 years. I had much fonder memories of this movie than when I watched it. It was kind of weird because
it's kind of funny how that happens.
Yeah. I mean, it has a lot of kind of cringy moments. It's kind of racist, and you're like, oh God, yeah. I mean, back in the day that was fine, and now it's just not acceptable. But with all that aside, it's got to be a solid. It's got to be a solid third shelf. Maybe I'll stick it on the third shelf.
Okay.
There's so much I love about it, but then there's so much I did not dig about it on this rewatching. It kind of balances it out to the third shelf, I believe.
I think I'm so torn on this.
Yeah.
I almost put it on the second shelf.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I could see that.
The acting in it was phenomenal.
Yes. Set pieces look great. The timing was good. I mean, there were so many good things about the film.
The set was incredible. The whole scene with the ceiling coming down on Poirot.
Yeah.
Just really, I was like, that is so cool. They did such a good job. And I mean, as it was breaking, I was like, the amount of detail that was in the cabinets and stuff that they built was phenomenal. So I think I will have to put it on the third shelf.
Barely, but we'll put it there.
Yeah, and trust me, it's a movie from the 70s. I mean, we could have said the same thing about Cannonball Run.
There wasn't nearly as much in Cannonball Run that was cringeworthy, though. I mean, there was not a lot of racism in that movie. I mean, it was from the 70s. Once again, and I'll keep saying this till I die, the music sucked. The music was horrible.
All right, maybe we need to review Blazing Saddles.
written by African American and a Jewish American. Yeah, they got a hall pass on all that shit.
They get a huge hall pass on it, but it is probably the ultimate racist movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, but I mean, like African Americans love that movie. They absolutely love that movie. It's not like they're offended by it. They think it's hilarious because I mean, let's face it, the sheriff always comes out on top.
Yes,
he does. So. I think I had one little tidbits here about the cars. The Automotive Classics firm of Santa Monica, California, leased 5 cars for the various sleuths to drive. Sam Diamond in a 1948 Chevrolet Fleetmaster. Nivens and Maggie Smith it was either a 36 or a 37 silver Packard 12 coupe roadster. Sidney Wang was in the Woody station wagon, a 47 Ford Supra Deluxe Woody station wagon, and Monsieur Petier and his chauffeur were in a 1953 Citroen 11B. And then the last but not least, Marbles and the nurse were in a vintage English taxi cab.
A Citroen.
A
Citroen. Love a Citroen. All right. Well,
and that's about it. There was not a ton of trivia on this one. It was hard to find any information. So we're going to move on.
If you want to check out the flick, it was on a YouTube movie. So go ahead.
Maybe even Hulu. I can't remember.
Can't remember all of it. Anyways, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we shall see you next show.
Episode day.
Bye-bye.
Fun. Bye-bye.
On behalf of Burke, Scott, and the rest of the cast at the Davis and Davis Show, we'd like to thank you for listening, and we hope you return next week. Remember, we're not a law firm, and we just don't care.
Omaha Steaks makes it easy to keep great food on hand, so dinner time is simple and convenient. And right now, you can get 12 free burgers and free shipping for life when you shop at omahasteaks.com/onrepeat. At Omaha Steaks, you're in control. Order once or set up recurring shipments for more savings, more convenience, and inflation-proof pricing. Visit omahasteaks.com/onrepeat to get started today and get 12 free burgers and free shipping for life. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.